see an old rusted farm truck in the background here.
So today we have another one of these really hot days, and I thought this is a great day. Since it's probably going to be a short ride, we're probably not going to be out into the heat of the day. I thought the biggest thing I could do today is get an early start, which we already have. But I had another thing that I wanted to share. Now, sharing this information, you would think this would be real easy, and it's not. Believe me, this is not. What I have is another remote microphone. This is a little bit different. Now, an SJ6 camera, this plugs in, and this is now the remote microphone. I assume in the real world, this is made so you can interview, President Nixon or whatever the hell you can do. Whatever this would be, hide the microphone under the kitchen table or whatever. But here's the good thing. I have done this in the past with different scenarios on different bikes, and the results are mixed. So what I want to try today, I'm going to mount the remote microphone that has the one I made, that little piece that seems to make the sound better, and I want to mount it in such a way it's down near the muffler. Now, the 650 has this unique thing. It's very quiet, and it has a different sound than, let's say, than obviously the RD or the Suzuki. Each one has its own unique sound. What I'm trying to do with this is capture that sound. We get a sound. The sound is usually overwhelmed by wind noise. And no matter what you do, once the wind noise overwhelms the microphone, the sound is, it could be a washing machine or something. So anyway, I have done this before. The FZR especially, because it's loud, you can hear the sound very in an authentic way. The Suzuki, not so much. It's kind of, yeah, it sounds like, but that's not really what it sounds like. So the two strokes always sound like two strokes. That's an easy one. The R1 when I can mount the camera right back by the muffler, sound is perfect even without a microphone. But when you don't have a remote mic and you're subject to the wind noise, that wind noise just is constantly a pain in the neck. So anyway, I'm going to mount this up today. I'm going to try to get out of here nice and early. It's going to be a short riding day, and it's going to be really, really hot. So now while I have the seat off, this is an issue that I'm going to really go out on a limb here and say it's time for a battery. This battery, I always write on it when I replace the batteries. The battery was new in June of 13. Obviously, it's not new now. And even though it does take a charge, what happens with the battery tender, and why I leave them on a battery tender, usually if I get back from a ride, they're on for 20 minutes and they're green. You can see the other one that's on the FZR is green, the one on that side. When they start to take an hour or 2 hours to go, or even overnight, Luciano has recommended time for a battery. So I think today we'll order a battery. It's probably safe to ride this for a couple more rides. But at that age, it's time for a battery. So the way this played out, you got the microphone mounted right down by the muffler. I'm not sure. I've done this before with other microphones, but this is a real SJ Cam microphone, not a rip-off one. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to just plug that camera on and off as I want to use it. And of course, what's good about the SJ Cam, it'll record without a remote microphone, but it records a lot better with the microphone if you're in such a mood, I guess. Anyway, I got some other cool stuff to show today before we get ready to go. Okay, Fish, he's done playing with his microphone. Eat, drink, and be merry. So unfortunately, another day passed without us catching a groundhog, and Karen's getting a little annoyed, but I'm not sure that's going to do any good. And this is the beginning of the first zinnia that's there. We got another one coming out over here, and another one over here. Actually, we have thousands of them. There's no end to them. So every once in a while I stumble upon something that's totally priceless. Now, because we grew up poor, I never really had a camera. My mother never even had a camera. And my cousin, who her mom recently passed away, she found these pictures. This is my mom. And I thought I'd just show. These are just some of the things she sent me. Obviously good looking guy. Look at that hair. Jesus. They said back in the day I only had 1 horsepower. It's cute to see this. It's unbelievable. Well, anyway, I don't want to belabor this, but I thought everybody would enjoy sharing this. It's some real fadey, grainy pictures of my, and I know John Pothia can enhance these, but I think there's a beauty to them just being nostalgic the way they are. This is a great one. This is a real, boy, look at the hairdo on that guy. Wow. Boy, you never know how lucky you are. Look at that. Wow. That's my old house on Union Avenue. There's a good one. Now, who knew he would grow up to be the video meister? There's one picture I'm saving for the end. Now, this is a real funny one. And I know these are some of my cousins, but I was the biggest, of course, because I was the oldest. And this is my cousin Patty and her sisters. And I was known as the meanest child possible because I would tease these kids and I would pull their hair and, you know, splash water on them and do what kids of the age did. And I finally, the evidence, after all these years, forensic evidence has come through. But now there's a picture here. I tend not to show this, only to people I really respect who I am. This is in my college days. Look at that hairdo. And you might be thinking, what's that thing in his back? That's my pet possum. I had a pet possum for 2 years that he actually lived in my house, had his own litter pail. I raised him from a baby. Anyway, I thought that's interesting before we get out on the open road. And it's getting to be time to go. Okay guys, you want coffee? You want iced tea with those seeds? Would you like a vodka tonic? Or just more seeds? No tomatoes yet, my love?
Not even close.
Not even close. Oh, we better have tomatoes soon. The first zinnia of the year has popped. Bloomed. Got another one here. Come on, guys.
This is a striped one.
This is one of the peppermint ones, I think.
Yeah.
So Karen checked the weather for the last time before I leave. It's supposed to be 86 by noontime and 0 chance of rain, which probably means around 10 it's going to cloud up and rain. And we'll see if that remote microphone, I've already done a similar test, but if I can improve the sound, you know, it's more difficult than you think it is to capture the real sound of a motorcycle without getting as much overwhelmed by that wind noise. It's really difficult. And like it or not, the birds are chirping. The birds are telling me it's time to go.
could there be a nicer day than this? Look at the clouds, puffy clouds. There was supposed to be no chance of rain. They never said anything about the clouds. out the old red barn. I love old red barns. Such a throwback to a simpler time. This is a very famous landmark that they call the Pond House. This is officially known as the Pond House. And look, I've seen them fishing on this, so there must be more beautiful things around here. Look at this, what's coming by. Look at this, Model A Ford as a something Ford. Boy, you never know what you're going to see. That's what I like about going out on the open road. Every day is a surprise. Every day is just a little bit different. Some good surprises, some bad. See an old rusted farm truck in the background here. Pretty cool. You never know what you're going to see. Now that was quite a nice ride up by the Pond House. That is quite a nice area. I've taken a lot of people on that little back road up there. That is really nice. So now that I'm home, what I did, I have half of the footage on this I did with the microphone that's wired to the bike, and half with the camera without any microphone assist, just the camera alone. So I can go home and compare that. Go home. I am home. I can go work on a farm this afternoon is what's going to happen. And I see the bride is still working on making me my coffee, so I'm ready. And of course we still haven't caught that groundhog. We're using up a lot of apples trying to catch that groundhog. He's outsmarted us so far. Listen to those birds chirping. Well, when I come home from a ride, the birds are chirping. I can smell the coffee brewing inside already. The bride has my coffee ready, so I'll be happy. So another wonderful day, the puffy clouds, the blue sky, it was just the right temperature. It got to be in the mid-80s by the end of the ride, got home just in time before it got unconscionably hot. The jacket has worked out great. We don't know how the sound system is going to work out. We're working on it. In the meantime, I guess it's acceptable. I just would like to make it better. I'm always working on trying to get something better. I look at every video and I try to find something to improve. Editing, writing, position of the camera, whatever. And maybe you enjoy that, and if you don't, just enjoy the ride. That's all. Anyway, that place, the pond house, I've been past that hundreds of times. I've seen guys out there fishing in little rowboats and stuff. I've seen ducks, geese. I'm wondering what kind of fish he stocks that pond with. They were a trout, or koi, or carp, or what? I'm tempted one day to just stop and while I'm taking pictures there, if he comes out, talk to him and say, hey, can I take a little tour of your place or whatever. It's an interesting place. It's called the Pond House. Anyway, what can I say? There's my little pond. My pond is like this. This guy's got a pond the size of the Atlantic Ocean. But I still love my pond, and I'm sure he loves his. Anyway, thank you to the COVID workers, all the healthcare workers. Made my family getting through this as painless as possible, and it looks like we're coming up on the end of it. You hope anyway. And I really hope you're enjoying the videos. I get nice notes all the time. People do enjoy them. They have their coffee there, or they fall asleep watching them, or maybe they fall asleep in the morning watching them. I'm never really sure, especially the ones with Luciano and I having problems. Anyway, hope you did enjoy it, share it, and thanks for watching.